Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. Happy Monday. It's 1:40 in the morning. And I just finished my newest journal. It's a flip-flop journal, and I'd love to share it with you. There's really, I don't know, it's got a lot of birds and just inspiration. It's really weird because I kept thinking, I want it to just be cozy. You know, this time of the year, it's a new year, and my daughter looked through it, and she's like, it's just cozy. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what I was going for. But how do you make a journal cozy? But it's a flip-flop, 5 signatures. It's large. It doesn't have a closure because it lays perfectly. And I love it. Here's the side, and here's the other side. It's fun. I just did what inspired me at the time, and I love how it turned out. Tons and tons of sewing. You can see all the strings hanging out. Let me check my camera. My daughter got me a new setup with a ring light because it's so dark in my camper, and I don't know, anybody that watches my videos know I usually work out in my shop, but it's too cold. So now I'm in the camper, so I'm in a very small space. But she got me a new setup because it's so dark typically. So I'm hoping the lighting is good. But anyway, here's the front, or this could be the front. So let's go ahead and get to it so it don't take all day. The first thing is you just take the little bulldog clip off, and this flips up, and there's a card in there to write on. And then this flips out. There's a glare, but there's a bird underneath, and then a vintage button here, and then there's just a chain with some more buttons hanging down. That opens up, and then this part down here opens up, and everything's sewn around, and then there's another card in here to write on. I really wanted to concentrate on a lot of writing space, but yet making it fun. And then I just put that on there to kind of hold it so it don't flop around. There's a little charm there. See, I'm grabbing it at the wrong spot. There we go. And then it opens like this. And here's a large pocket. And it says, because he lives, we shall too live. And it's about Jesus. And then here's just a card to write on, with a little pocket and a tag. And that just goes right in here. Like I said, I'm kind of working in a small space here. I'm going to sit down. I can't stand up like that hunched over, so I'm hoping I'm in video. Here is this thing, and I sewed each, and I thought you could put a picture here, quotes here. You can fold it up and paper clip it. You can write on the back. I just thought it was something different. And then just with a paper ruffle. And like I said, everything is sewed. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Here I go. Here I go. I can't talk. Sometimes I really think I'm stroking out. But I sewed just about everything. I mean, it was crazy. But that's really what the look I was wanting to go for, is just fun with the sewing and the threads. Like, if you don't like the threads, you could cut them off. Just pretty flowers, birds, some lace. Here's a pocket, and then just another little piece of writing paper. And that just tucks up in here. If I can, there we go. Sewing around that. There's another little card to write on. Coffee stain paper. This is the cutest little stamp I found in my stash. This book, I used a lot of my scraps. Here, let me look at that. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. Just a little home, just a little cozy house. But I used like a lot of my scraps. The little letter H, I don't know what that means, but I just seen it, liked it, and stuck it up there. Here's a little pocket with more writing papers in here. More sewing. It's got a lot of little details. I love that stitch. I just changed it out. I think it looks neat. Even these pages, the coffee stain papers, I sewed around them. Here's some vintage pattern. I used that in my last journal. I just thought it was beautiful. Here's a journal. It's got the corner protectors. And it's, let's see, 20 pages front and back. Just plain lined paper to write in. I didn't put anything on the front. I thought whoever gets it could add something to the front if they want. And then it was tucked up underneath this. Oh, goodness gracious. Just a little envelope with a little piece of writing paper in there. That's sewn around. All the pages are sewn. And this one, instead of putting coffee stain paper, like coffee stain in them, and just using the scrapbook paper, and then the other side coffee stain, I took the scrapbook paper, glued them all together, and sewed every one of them. I just like the feel of it. Makes it a little bit thicker. And I just liked all the, because I didn't use a digital kit, so I didn't want all that stark white paper. So that's why I did that. This side, it's got the lines all crazy, but you could write here, you could write across. Like in my journals, I write on everything. I prefer little tags and cards to write on. Each middle of the signatures has this beautiful poems. The Gift of God's Love. Oh my goodness. Dolly! I got a new cat. I love my little cat. It is quite a story how I got the cat. She's completely blind. She has no eyeballs at all. She's so cute. She's beautiful. She is a Bengal with a tabby mixed, and she's absolutely beautiful. But I tell you what, this cat is crazy. And what's funny about it, or not really funny, but just crazy, is I got this cat from Egypt. It took this cat, okay, it was like 4 months almost in the making. And a wonderful woman in Egypt. She is an American and she teaches over in Egypt. And we've been talking for like 3 or 4 months, and she rescues animals. And this cat, it took the cat several days to get here. It was on a 12-hour flight. There's just some more writing paper. I think that's beautiful. You can hear her getting into it. Dolly, she gets into everything. But stitched around that, I think it's beautiful. This right here, I just used brads. And I left it to where they're kind of hidden underneath here. And you can just undo them and pull it off and write on it and then put it back. But it's not glued down or nothing. And then I just slid that in there for like a pocket. But anyway, this cat has been around the world more than I have. It has traveled more than I have. And we went to my son-in-law, Russell. Wonderful. Took me to Knoxville, Tennessee airport. I think it was 2 days ago I got her to pick her up. She shipped her to me. It was a long, lengthy process for her, but that's what she does. She loves just rescuing animals. I love this lace. It's beautiful. But anyway, my cat's from Egypt. And her name is Dolly. She named her after her grandmother. This is just a piece of vellum with a saying on it. And I just put that sticker on there, sewed around. Oh, look at this. Look at all these stitches. My sewing machine kept messing up. But I thought, well, this journal has strings everywhere, so it kind of just goes with it. So, and I think that's beautiful. I just took this. Oh, this is a little piece of leather strap with like a little thing on it. But it was quite a process, and I absolutely love her. I have had blind cats in the past. And I tell you what, if you've never had a blind cat, I recommend it. They are hysterical. What I like about this journal too is it lays down. What signature am I in now? Okay, this is the second one. Here's just a pocket with some writing paper, tag, little cutout. I used a lot of magazine images. Another paper ruffle. More sewing. Here's a pocket. I didn't decorate this pocket. I figure whoever gets it would like to decorate it. More beautiful poems about Jesus. Here's an envelope. What do you, I was getting ready to say, what are you looking at, Dolly? But, you know, she can't really look at anything. But she's, like, looking up towards me. Here's just some papers to write on. Here's just 2 corner thingies. Oh, she just ran into my cart. And it's just cards to write on. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if this is really, I think it's just whatever I wanted it to be. A little eclectic, you know. I didn't go with one certain color. I wanted it to be warm colors, warm tones. This, I just cut this out of a magazine, but it's like, it looks like it's made to be there. Because there was something else in the middle, and I just covered it and then sewed some more writing paper. It's a tuck, upper tuck. A little sticker down here. Here's the center of this signature. I just love the images. This was kind of what inspired me, is all these tones. And here's just a little more writing space that goes over the page. Thought it was beautiful, and it went with this. You could tuck stuff up in here, kind of fold it down over it, but I thought that looked very good together. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad it's over. Here's just some little, I did some stamping and just some little pages to write on. And it tucks up in here. I thought that was cute though. And then I went to sew, and guess what? My sewing machine messed up again. So there's a big blob, and I'm like, well, we're just going to go with it. We're just, I mean, there's no, I don't know who says it. I think it's Pam that says it. There's no perfection in junk journaling. Another pocket. Another stamp, little card that you can write on. See, I used kind of just a little bit of everything. Like I said, I used a lot of my scrap papers, and here's that little stamp again at the bottom. Having a hard time getting it in the frame. Here's another one of them envelopes sewn around and just over the page. And this is not attached. You could cut it and glue it, you know, use it to decorate the coffee stain papers. Here's a belly band. It's a belly band, and it has a pocket with another little stamp you can write on. So there's a pocket there, and then here's the belly band with more writing paper. And then now we're to the other side. So this side, just take this off. It has these 3 pockets here. I left the middle one blank. I figure whoever gets it can put like a picture. You could even cover these up too. But all these come out. There we go. There's a glare, sorry. And then it opens like this to write on. And then it also, you can write right there. You could glue pictures here. You could write on that. I write on everything, like I said. And it's sewn around as well. And then I just have this clipped so it doesn't flop around. Let me make sure I'm not clipping too many. And this just has some beads on it. And this right here, you could write, you could glue stuff. Here is a little pocket. Slide some stuff in there and just write on it. I can hear an owl. We always have lots of owls around here, and I love it. When I lived in Indiana, I never heard owls. And you come down here, and that's all you hear. Owls and crows. Here's a large journal card that's getting caught on the paper clip. Why do they? Oh, well, I know why they do that, but it's aggravating. There we go. And it's got a little pocket with a tag. Just run on. I don't know if you guys can hear that, if my camera's picking that up. This book page. Here's an envelope, and I just sewed around. And it's got journal cards in it. I love this side. That's why I put it in. I just put whatever made me happy in this journal. More writing space. More of that ruffle. I love that stitch. I love it. I think that's my favorite. It's raining right now. I don't know if you can hear the rain. We have a metal roof, so it might get really loud. Oh, look at that. I just took scraps. My sewing machine. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Let me move my sewing machine. There we go. Like I said, I'm pretty crunched on space. Let me find where I was here. There we go. I think this is so simple. I think it's my favorite page, though. I just took scraps, stapled them, and then glued something over it so you don't see the staple. And I don't know. I just love the way it looks. I sewed around this, and then that one's, and then just a little writing page in here. Little pocket. Here is a journal card. It's got that vintage pattern paper. I try to make it look like a nest, but it looks a hot mess. I'm not gonna lie. I think she's shaking my camera. I'm sorry. Dolly? Oh no, she's playing with my sewing machine. Quit, Dolly, quit. And you just write on that. And this one kind of sticks out a little bit. I don't care. I don't care. It's fine. Here's the other side of the envelope, and I just took scraps and glued them down. I actually like the way it looks. I did it on the other side as well. There's a stamp of a hummingbird. You could put pictures here. You could do anything to it. Put a pocket. On this side, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a pocket in the top. Dolly, I tell you what, I feel like I have a new child, a new baby. Here, Dolly, you might be able to see her in the camera. She's reaching through my sewing machine. Oh, see, I don't know if you can. Hold on just a second. Hey, Miss Thing. I tell you what, she's so sassy. She keeps me on my feet, though. All right, here's an envelope. It was big, so I cut it, slid it down over top. I'm sure y'all have seen that before. And then just made it smaller. Some writing cards in here. Writing papers. And then I made it to where you could tuck stuff behind. So here's a little card and some lace. And then here's the next signature. Another large journal card. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry if the rain is too loud. There's not much I can do with it. I love the way it sounds though. It just really relaxes me. Here is another little card I made. It's out of a children's book. I just love instead of sewing all the way around, I just did the sides. I just tuck it up in here. And I stamped Faith on it. Speaking of Faith, if anyone watching prays, oh my goodness, please pray for my grandson. He's having such a horrible time right now. We were told he has pandas. And if you're familiar with it, that's unfortunate because you're probably dealing with it as well. That's a little stamp again. I'm obsessed with that stamp. But if you pray, could you please pray for my grandson for healing? I mean, our family, we're having a horrible time right now. And it affects the whole family, you know, when a child is sick. So please include us in your prayers. This, I didn't care for all the yellow once I did it. I mean, I just use funky color. I mean, look at that. But I love it. That's what I like about it. And so to break it up a little bit, I cut this bird out of a magazine. My daughter's like, oh, that bird wasn't supposed to be there. I'm like, no. And then this, it's wrote on, but I love it. It's part of an old card. It's from Bill, Margaret, and Spooky. You know what? That's my Uncle Billy and Margaret. I just realized who that was. They've been gone for a long time. But this paper, I love the way it sounded, and I love the birds here. So I added this so you could like cut it up or you could write on it. And this is just a tuck spot right here. Moving on. All right, on this side, last night, you know what my problem is I work on these things in the middle of the night. I'm sorry, I had to get a drink. I'm half asleep half the time, or wired. So I come up with these weird things. But I took a frame because I love the colors, and I just glued it down on both of these pages. Right here's a little tuck spot with some tags, and I put this little sticker here. I thought it was pretty and went with that. And then this side, I thought, well, we'll just use it as a pocket. And here it says Conquer from Within. And it's just got some cards to write on. You could use gel pens on the black, or you could write on the front. And then this just slides over here like that. Strange, I know, but I like it. That's what I like about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do a journal, and whatever I feel at the time is what I'm going to do. This is just a large piece of writing paper. Nothing special. But I love the colors in that. And I didn't sew around this because my sewing machine is driving me crazy. And I'm like, I've sewn enough. I'm not sewing anymore. So this right here, handmade with love. And it goes into this little pocket here. And then I thought this was beautiful because of the birds and the nest and the flowers and that, and the colors up against this blue. You could use that as a pocket. You could do anything with it. I tried to leave some options. And then here's just an envelope that I coffee stained, and then a card in there to write on. And it just slides right there. Ugh. Every day is a holiday to thank and praise the Lord. See, I just love, I can't remember who, I got it out of a book. Obviously, I got it out of a book. But I can't remember the name of the author. But all her illustrations are beautiful. Oh, I like this, how this turned out. It's just a pocket. Put some goodies in there. It's got a vintage button here. Put a little sticker there. Am I in frame? Okay. And then on the other side, I thought you'd just write on it. You could glue this down and make another pocket. So a lot of this stuff, and I sewed around, I don't know if you can see it, but a lot of this stuff can come out. So you can kind of move things around. But I love the way that looked against the blue. All right, moving on. Oh, I made another one of these. I made 2 of them. And again, I left it blank so you could do whatever, or you might like it that way. I thought about putting lace or something here, but I thought, no, I'm going to just leave it. And so, you know, you'll have more options. And then it's got all the writing. I think this one's got another 20 pages. This paper I got from an old vintage, like a oh no, she just hit her head. Well, she's okay. I tell you what, her skull, I'm surprised she don't have a concussion. The way she just jumps in that. Dolly, now she's sticking her head through my sewing machine. Here she comes again. See? Ah, she's rotten. Okay, anyway, I'm so in love. Can you tell? I am obsessed with my cat. I'm sorry. She is playing with my sewing machine and she's knocking my camera. Okay. We're almost done. Hang in there. There. Just some sewing and a sticker. This, you know what? This don't even really go, but I like it. Just some writing papers. It's just a tuck spot. It's real thick. So you should be able to tuck plenty of stuff back there and it won't fall out. It's going to be okay. You know, does anybody else dread New Year's? It's like, oh no, as you get older, it's like, what is going to happen this year? You know, here's a pocket here, and it's a belly band, obviously. And that's just to write on, and it just fits down in there. But anyway, it's like I always get depressed on New Year's. I'm gonna not lie. I hate this time of year. The holidays. This is out of a magazine, of course, obviously. I didn't, like, paint that. And then I just sewed it onto this paper, and you could write or do whatever. And I sewed around it, of course. But I like the bird. And it just slides up in here. This is the last signature. See, when I first started, I was going to do like books and that, but I'm like, I kind of started steering away. But I love how it turned out. I was going to cover this up, but I'm like, yeah, it could be nature books. It could be anything. I thought this was cute. It just lifts up. And then it's also a belly band. And then it's also a pocket. And then this is also a pocket. I put a lot of little tags. You can put fabrics, laces on them, string. Do whatever you want to with them. There we go. More of that paper ruffle. More coffee stained paper. This is on a brad, and it's writing paper on the back. So you could take it off and put it right back on, move it, glue it down, and make a kind of stamp on it too. It would make a cute little pocket. What is she? Oh, she's eating. I have a feeling I'm going to be in for a rough night again. I just worry about her until she gets really used to me. But she's doing wonderful. Here's the center of the thing. Look how beautiful that is. It's the introduction, but I didn't care. I just loved the picture. More little pages. Oh, I love this. Another little journal card that I made. But I used an envelope this time. And just put some more writing pages in it. Stamped little card that you could write on. But I thought it was cute. I just cut the envelope in, you know, kind of a big chunk of it off to where it still, you know, has the little thingy there. Used magazines. That's from the kid. Look at that little chipmunk. It's in here a couple of times. This is from the children's book. And then I just sewed around it. You could write on the back of here, glue this down. Options. Lots of options. Women love options. Some more lace right here. You could write on that, I guess. You could put, you know, my thought for these pages, because they're a little slick, is just if you have one of those little cameras, put pictures in here. You could collage. I mean, I couldn't fill up every single page or it would be like this thick. And it would take me 6 months. I just cut that out of a magazine. Just a writing card. I didn't put anything on here. I figured whoever gets it would like to decorate that. I decorated a lot, but I wanted to, like I said, leave some options. This just flips out. That if you do a lot of junk journaling, get supplies. That was in some supplies. And it's just got an old piece of vintage paper in here to write on. So it's a pocket. And then more writing space here. Lots and lots of writing space. I figure it would last whoever for like a year. And then here's two. Hold on, let me stick it in there a little bit more. 2 tags here. And then here. And then you're back to the beginning. There you go. And see, like I said, it lays flat. It don't pop open or nothing. I mean, I love it. But, you know, it might not be for everyone. I hadn't done a flip-flop in a long time, and I thought I'd give it a go. But that's it. And it is 2:08 in the morning, and she is wide awake and wound up, and so am I. So it is none telling what time I'm going to get to bed. But you guys have a wonderful Monday and wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And blessings.